to see if it'll stay on. I hope my video editor will work because I lost the first part of all my intro and everything. It just shut off on me. So we restarted and we'll see what happens. Alright, anyways, McNeil Musk 1 for an aftershave. We'll go with the old standby Aqua Velva Musk. How about that? So we're going to musk it up. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with the camera. That. Sorry about the noise from the fan. I know the microphone on this camera is actually pretty good because I am not talking loud at all. Oh, that's warm already. That's good. It's really good. I don't want to add any more water to this. It's already really good. It's just a straight. I couldn't find the scent notes to see if there was anything else with it because that I don't smell, because all I pick up is straight on musk. We're not doing a taste test on that one today. Alright, the King Oscillating Razor. I forgot the dates. Forgot to look up the dates. You want to look up? No, I'll put it in the description when these were made. Okay, I think it was the 50s. Pretty sure it was the 50s. This is the second use on this Astra blade. And you don't have to use the oscillating feature. You can just like that and shave. That took off a little more than I wanted. That's alright, it'll grow back. See, I'm just using the cutting edge there. I didn't use the oscillating feature. You don't have to. It just, see the little tab? It just flips up and it's on a hinge. It just flips up and you drop it. I don't want to unalign everything again by opening it. Sorry. I can feel it. I don't feel the blade so much oscillating. I can feel the little wheels turning on my skin. So if they're turning, it's oscillating. Sawing through them whiskers. Did a pretty good job. What do you think? After this, I got the football game, the Buccaneers and the Broncos. But before that actually gets started, I'll upload the video while I'm sitting watching the game. Do all that, like during the commercials and stuff. But I gotta re-season my cast iron skillets. It's been a little while. One of them's getting I call it a bald patch, where the seasoning was flaking off. So I had to scrub them with the big one, the large one, the 16-inch. I had to scrub it with a copper scrubby. Take all that seasoning off the bottom of it and the sides on the inside. I had to strip it down the metal. That took a little while. Get all the seasoning off. And then you gotta scrub it, wash it with soap and hot water. And then after that's done, you got to rinse them very, very well, because cast iron's porous. It will absorb water. And if your water has soap in it, guess what it will absorb? The soap too. You don't want soap in your seasoning. So you're gonna rinse them really well. I soak mine. I fill them up with water. Let them sit for a couple minutes. Hot water. And then I rinse them in hot water. Then you put them in your drying rack. Actually, I laid a towel out on the counter and just laid them on the towel and let them dry. And then they've been drying the whole time I've been in the bathroom, so it'll be, and by the time I get out, it'll be enough that I can take them and put them on the burner on the stove. Because like I said, cast iron's porous, it will absorb water, and you want to get all that water out of the pores of the cast iron. So you put it on the stove, on the burner, medium to medium high heat. I usually crank it up to medium high, and then when it starts smoking, steaming actually, I turn it down to medium. That feels good. I don't even know if I need the third pass. I was pretty flippin' clean. And you leave them on the burner until you can smell the heat coming off of them. You'll get that hot metal smell. And you turn them off and just let them sit on the burner until they cool off enough that you can touch them. And once you can touch them and hold them without going, ooh, 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 this is hot, ooh, hot, hot, hot. You want them still warm, but you don't need them scalding hot either. You still want the metal to be warm, but able to touch it. You can use like oven mitts or whatever, or some kind of insulating glove and pick them up if they're still that hot. But you put about a teaspoon of oil inside the skillet and take a paper towel and swirl it around and coat it, and just keep rubbing it until it looks dry. And you do that with the outside too. Sometimes you don't need any more oil. Sometimes there's enough still in a paper towel that's soaked in. But you just keep rubbing it until it looks dry. And you do the handle too. You do the inside, outside, and the handle. Then you put them, you can put them right in the oven on the rack, put a tray underneath to catch any drippings. But if you season them right where they look dry, you won't have any drippings. I put them on a sheet pan with drying racks, little metal racks you put on the counter. I put those, and I put it upside down on that and just catch it in the sheet pan and wash that afterwards, just in case. And you put them in the, while you're rubbing, you preheat the oven. Depending on the oil you use, you have to look up the smoke point of the oil you're using. If you're using grapeseed, flaxseed, vegetable, animal fat. People used to use lard to season their cast iron, but lard has a low smoke point, and you get a very smoky kitchen with lard. Guys, a little bit here, clean up as usual. Do the neck again. But my cheeks are BBS. I use vegetable oil for my first layer. So I'll put them in the oven. Smoke point for vegetable oil is 400. So I'll set the oven at 450. You want at least 25 degrees over what your smoke point is. But you don't want to go too hot. You don't want to burn the oil into the cast iron. You just want to soak in and absorb into the pores. So I'll set it at 450, and I'll put them in the oven on the sheet pan, upside down on the drying racks for 2 hours. Some say an hour to hour and a half. I go 2. I've never had a problem going 2. So I go 2 hours. Oh, that's nice now. I am BBS. That is sweet. Okay, so I got 2 hours on that. And then turn the oven off. Don't take them out. Let them stay in there. Until they're cool to touch. Let them stay in the oven until they're cool to touch. Then, once they're cool to touch, you can take them out and you can use them. Or, you can season them again. Some people, some chefs that use cast iron, season their cast iron 6 times. I do mine twice. I have to do it about once a year, generally. Guys that do it 6 times, I don't know how many times they have to do it a year. Maybe once. But I do it 6 times. Or, I do it twice. But my second one, which I'll do tomorrow, because they'll be nice and cool and still in the oven, just sitting there waiting for me to get to them. I'll take them out. And I always save my bacon grease in a cup, wrap it in film tightly, and put it in the fridge. I will give it a coat of bacon grease tomorrow and rub that till it looks dry. You don't need a lot. You don't even need a 1/4 of a teaspoon or an 1/8 of a teaspoon. You just need a little bit, and you rub that sucker till it looks dry. while you're rubbing, you preheat your oven back up to 450. That's what I do. I run it again at 450. Bacon grease can handle it. Wow. I just heard it saw through a bunch of hair. And then after they've been in there a couple hours, turn the oven off and let them sit until they're cool to the touch, which I usually let them sit overnight again. And then they're ready to go. Bacon grease is another one that's smoky, like lard, because it does have a lower smoke point. I might not use 450, I might run 400 to 4 1/4 this time and try it a little lower. Wow, I can just hear it sawing through that hair. It's a good little razor. It's a little gimmicky. But it works. So, yeah. Skillet seasoning 101. And they will be non-stick after that. See, my grandmother always used bacon grease to season her cast iron. Always. She did it twice in bacon grease. When all the Teflon pans and stuff came out, somebody asked her if she wanted some for Christmas. She's like, I don't want that crap. She said, have you seen how thin those pans are? And I'm like, yeah, they don't have to be as thick. She said, but when I hit Al, my grandfather, in the head with it, it's going to bend. Cast iron won't. She loved her cast iron. I can feel, like I said, I can't feel the blade moving, but I can feel those wheels turning. And if those wheels are turning, that blade is oscillating. Yeah, you gotta trim the Astra blade in this to make it fit too. So you can't just drop it in. You gotta modify the blade to make it fit. See, I had to trim the edges down so they don't stick out as far, and I had to open up the middle a little bit so it would grab on that piece there and oscillate. Make sure it's lined up right. There we go. A little bit right there. And we're good. Huh? Never mind. Yes, that was the wife that just walked by, guys. Okay, that's the shave. So now we're just gonna HomeLike Shaving shave stick, or alum stick, shave stick, alum stick. I think I got myself right there. I did. Always. The blood shell. I don't feel anything on the head though. I don't feel this thing at all. That's good. Nothing on the cheeks except for this little spot right here I got myself. On the neck it's about a half a point to a 1. Always the neck. Oh! Game's already started. Okay. Well, I got off time because of the breakage in here. Alright. Remember the witch hazel this time. Dickinson's. Okay. Aqua Velva Musk. Gotta be careful. You could drive a truck into that restrictor. Yep. Gotta be careful. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's nice. Goes well with that Murphy and McNeil. Okay. We're going to use that much for head and face, and we're going to add a little of this to it because it has no scent. So we're going to give it a scent. Mix them together. It happened almost instantly as soon as the Aqua Velva hit the Nivea, because this has alcohol in it. It started to thin out right away. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here, joining me, using a vintage, I believe 1950s, late 40s, mid to late 40s or early 50s. I will put the date in the description. I'm sorry, I forgot to look it up again. But the King Oscillating Razor. A gimmick from the past. It's got that octagonal handle. Works well, gives you good grip. So, I appreciate you being here. From the King Razor, Murphy & McNeil, Musk 1, Kodiak base, all kinds of animal stuff in here, not vegan. And I hope I can splice these two together, the beginning and this. Hope my editor still works. I haven't used it in a long time because the camera shut off, I don't know, a few minutes in. So yeah, actually I'm at 24, so I'm probably 30 some minutes. Alright guys, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Had a great shave with the King Oscillating Razor with the second use on the Astra blade. Look at that. It's good stuff. Some of the old time stuff, guys, still works very well. Alright? You take care. Hey, I still work okay. Well, mostly. Guys, take care. Appreciate you being here. Enough of the babbling fat guy in the camera. You're in a chair next. Happy shaves out there, guys.